For starters, the console is tiny and easy to pick up with one hand, allowing easy transport from room to room, something that lacks with other consoles. Its small and compact form factor just makes sense in 2024, whether you're transporting the console from one room to another or bringing it to a friend's house to sit down and play. The first thing you notice when you pick up the console is the missing disc slot, and this can be seen as a deal breaker for some, as they prefer their own games physically. But like me, it boils down to licensing. When you buy a game digitally, you're buying the license to play that game, and that means if the license expires, so does your game. The console is easier to get your hands on. If you choose to go down the second-hand route, then the console could go for as low as $140 to $250 brand new. This makes more sense, as the highest-end consoles can be an intense investment for some who can't afford the console or isn't a regular gamer, like me. And for this price, you get a lot for your money. And it can be easy to look at the negatives when you get a new console, but take a step back and look at the bigger picture. For starters, you get power, and when I say power, all 4 teraflops of it. This means you could play backwards compatible games and enhanced resolution of 4K at a locked 60 FPS, or playing online games at 120 FPS, to playing flagship games for the low asking price. In my previous videos, my viewers echoed the same sentiment, and the sentiment was the Series S is a steal for the price, and you would be crazy to overlook this factor. Sometimes you may not want to play on your console or TV screen, and that's fine. Sometimes I find myself not wanting that either, whether that's playing on my bed, in the garden, or in the kitchen. Game Pass allows accessibility to a massive catalogue of games, whether that be The Walking Dead, Far Cry 6, or Minecraft. And the best part is you can continue where you left off when you return home, or when you decide you want to play on the TV again, syncing all your data from the moment you open the game. Game Pass also enables accessibility to their games, whether that be a TV, a VR or laptop, allowing ease of access to your games. And there's also a downside to this, which could be seen as a negative. For all those games, you're paying a monthly variable cost that seems to be rising in price by the day. And this subscription is killing physical media, or intended to. This is designed to give corporate more control over pricing, essentially more money in their back pocket. It's all about how much the consumer, you, are willing to pay. No more, no less. The absolute limit. And I think this is bad because it could be a reality where you're paying $60 a month for a few thousand games. Compared to spending that money in building your own catalogue, that could be a bunch of games, Far Cry, all of it. You could have a large catalogue of games with that £60 a month subscription to yourself. And the best part is it's free. When you decide to stop paying, the games will still be there. The license will expire, your access to the games will expire, they will always be there. And you can also resell them as well. If it's got to a point where the deal is no longer a steal, then there is a problem, a complete issue. And in a way, the consumer always holds the power. The illusion is held that the business holds the power, but in reality it's the consumer. If the consumer won't buy the product offered by the business, then the business is going to suffer, and their business is going to have to change their practices in order to align with the consumer's agreements. Essentially, the consumers kind of allowed this to happen. Another aspect worth highlighting is the Series S potential as a media hub, with its support for streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, and Disney+. They're all shit, but yeah. The console becomes an entertainment hub for your living room, whether that be gaming, streaming movies, or listening to music. The Series S offers a seamless experience between the two. However, you'd be better off using the TV rather than the console, though it can do that. Another odd thing I discovered the Series S could do is it can help you with your assignments and download apps you wouldn't think it would be capable to support. For example, I downloaded a MP4 converter, and me expecting the best thought it would convert very quickly, though it didn't. It kind of lagged out and froze, but the support's there. But it probably was because it had lack of support for the consoles. It's not exactly intended to run on a console after all. 98% of people are more likely not subscribed to my channel when watching this video. And I find that absolutely crazy, because you watch the video, you're chilling, like you're chilling right now, but you're not subscribed. Anyways, subscribe. And I'm going to say subscribe again, but I think it's when you say it the first time. Does the subscribe button light up? I know it does in some versions of YouTube when you say subscribe to my channel. I think it should show up. Let me know if it did. I think that may have worked, and I kind of like to keep a lower tone when I'm talking. I do that automatically when I'm reading stuff, but I don't usually sound like that in real life. But I do it because it gives you a nice relaxation feel. Like it gives you time to go away from the beastification of YouTube, as sometimes it can be a bit intense when there's like, this bag I got for 50 quid, you don't believe it. It can be too intense, so sometimes you can just mellow it down, just relax. I look like a psychopath for the last 5 seconds. And plus, I kind of enjoy it because it gives me time to process when I'm saying it in my low, calm, chilled tone. So when you come here to my channel, every video will be calm, relaxed, chill, and cinematic to a degree. I can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Aspect worth highlight